Hey guys, we are back and it is Crucible weekend. Hope you guys are excited about it as I am. I hope you guys have had an awesome Friday and are ready to jump in here and get rocking. If you guys did not see it yet, I did release a video on Victoria Hand's release. Check that video out if you haven't seen it. Of course, if you get some value from my videos, please give them a like, subscribe if you haven't, and share them with your friends. And always leave me comments, guys. I love talking to you guys in the comments. With that being said, we're going to jump in. We are week 4, round 1 of season 14. So, looks like we are matched up against Snake. Let's jump in and check out ranking. Let's see. So, I'm sure you're not surprised. I am ranked last again. Snake's TCP is 156 and ours is 137, so just under 20 mil punch up. So let's get rocking. Let me know in the comments, guys, how did your first round of Crucible go this weekend? Real quick before we get started, let's jump in and check out our defense. Haven't made hardly any changes in here. We do have Liberty, all overpowered with the exception of War Machine in room 1. We've got some Annihilators here with Pav in room 2. Of course, we have Orcus with Apocalypse in room 3. Old Trusty in room 4. Let's see if they grab us any dropped attacks this weekend. I did make a change in room 5. And the reason I did, I swapped out and put Electra in here to get the whole squad because a lot of their kits require all 5 members. So I figured I'd throw that in there. Again, I don't think it's going to be something that's going to be super difficult. But just be something fun to see how that turns out, see if it trips up anybody. Room 6, same exact room. Of course, so far it's undefeated. Hopefully that will continue. However, I think it would be interesting to see whether or not anybody figures out a way to beat that. So that is our defense. Now let's jump in and see what we're up against with the attacking. Well, it looks like I'm going to get an opportunity to see what it's like going against Vigilante as well in room 1. We've got Liberty in room 2. We have Wanda's Revenge with Falcon and Hercules. Room 4, Kahori, Super Skrull, and Annihilators. Shouldn't be any issue there. Room 5, just some mutants. And room 6, we have not went up against an Odin in a while. So this should be very interesting to see how this goes. Most everybody that we've faced in the last couple weeks has had Odin on offense. So it'll be fun to go up against Odin again. So with that being said, given the fact their Odin is on defense, I see zero opportunity for them to clear our room 6. But we'll have to see. They do have Mephisto on offense, but I don't think that's going to help them. So let's go ahead and jump into room 6 right out of the gate. All right, let's bring in Odin. We're going to bring in Phoenix Force. We are going to bring in Old Man Logan. And we're going to search because Echo is way down there. We're going to bring in Echo. And let's see if we can get this done. All right, so our Odin, Old Man Logan, and Omega. Actually, I need to swap her out. Sorry. I grabbed Medusa. I was meaning to grab Phoenix. All right. So we are overpowered with everyone with the exception. We're going to save this. I keep forgetting to do that. With the exception of Echo. So essentially, Old Man Logan is going to stop Odin from getting charges. if Echo can stay alive, she's going to stop any type of assisting. So that should help us quite a bit. But let's see. Let's jump in here and find out. I'm very interested to see how this room goes. Haven't faced an Odin in so long that I almost forgot what it's like facing an Odin. So I'm about to remember. All right, we are going to go ahead and use his special right out of the gate. Okay. And of course, their Odin did not get any charges, which is very good for us. Of course, Echo is gone already, so she pretty much was useless and did nothing. Okay. Not great. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and save Odin's ultimate. Okay. Now we need to get Phoenix back in there. There she is. I was like, where's Phoenix? Okay. Now Phoenix needs to get a turn. All right. Now we need to get Omega back. There we go. Okay, let's get a turn, Omega. That would be fantastic. All right. So we are going to go after Odin now. All right, now we're going to use the ultimate. And hopefully that will do it. Perfect. That worked out very well. Now, I will tell you, there was some extreme RNG there. Because had Null killed Omega, then Phoenix would not have been able to bring him back. So it did work out on our behalf that Null is not the one who killed Omega. So Phoenix was able to bring him back, and he was able to put a hurting on Odin. And saving Odin's special, or ultimate, absolutely worked out perfect. So obviously that was a close match and a pretty exciting win. So I'll take it, and I'm pretty happy with that. All right, now room 4, we're going to go hardest to easiest. So room 4, we're going to use Space Jammers. In case you guys, any of you guys that might be new, I have renamed them the Space Jammers. All right, so we're going to go in here with them. They should all be overpowered. That's definitely going to help for sure. And don't forget, guys, we will be doing every Crucible round for the weekend. And I'm also going to be putting out a video probably later tonight or tomorrow going over the Marvel Strikeforce.com store. Just to kind of give you guys some ideas on some value within that store so that you're not wasting any of your hard-earned money if you do have a budget to spend on the game. So keep an eye out for that if that's something you're interested in. We are going to go after Kahori right out of the gate. All right, and we're going to stay with Kahori with Howard's ultimate. Get rid of her, ability block both of them. We are going to stay on that side there. Perfect. All right, we're going to use Lalandra's ultimate. Does it get rid of him? No, push Thanos. Not a big deal. Just prolong the inevitable. All right. And then, quite possibly one of the most annoying tunes in the game, Gladiator. So we'll go ahead and get rid of him and move on down the line. Okay. There we go. All right. Could have been a little more efficient, but super happy with it. I love the Space Jammers, as you guys already know. They are easily top 3 of my favorite teams. All right, so now we are probably, let's see. We're going to go ahead and go into room 2, and we are going to use Absolute A-Force. With the exception, we're not going to need to do that. We're not going to need to bring in Loki because she's already going to be going before anyone else. Quick tip for you guys, though. If you are in room 2 and you're facing a Cohori on defense and you have a Cohori on offense, if you bring in Loki, it will give her the edge that she needs to go first. So just something to bear in mind there. All right, let's go over here. Okay. We're going to hold out and stay with her basic until we can do her ultimate and then her special together. All right, let's go back over here with her ultimate. Perfect. And let's go ahead and rock her special. Okay, Falcon gets a turn. And he probably won't get another turn. Medusa's probably going to get rid of him right here. All right, very good. That worked out fantastically. We've got, I believe, 3 rooms left. Man, these Crucibles just go by way, way, way too fast. I'm about to start a petition for 8 to 10 rooms. All right, so, let's see. Let's go ahead and use Immortal in here real quick, and we'll get through this room. Okay, there we go. I did recently bring Jean Grey up to Gear 20 to do some testing for a couple viewers, and so we're going to have overpowered with the entire team, it looks like. So this isn't going to be any issue. To be super straightforward. And then I've been hearing a rumor floating around that Vigilante, we're going to stun Gambit because he's my least favorite mutant in the game. I've been hearing a rumor that Vigilantes can beat the Night Stalkers. I have not tested it in any facet. I find it very, very hard to believe, but we're going to put it to the test in room 1. We're going to find out whether or not that is true or not. We're going to try it for science. For science. I'm not too terribly concerned if something crazy happened and we did drop an attack, because I don't foresee any possible way they're going to get through our room 6. All right, so let's jump in here and grab Night Stalkers. All right, and we do have overpowered on Blade and Oath. So let's jump in here and see what happens. I can't imagine a world where Vigilante can beat Night Stalkers, but we're going to find out. All right, so we are going to, I forgot about his taunt. All right, so we're obviously going to go over here and attack Daredevil first. Okay, And we're going to do a little more of the same with her ultimate. Alright, and then we're going to go ahead and use Moon Knight's ultimate. There he goes. I mean, I got to be honest. They're kind of surprising me. Dude, Punisher's a boss. I'm just going to throw that out there. He is an absolute boss. So, I wouldn't have thought there was any possible way that they would kill Blade, but here we are. I'm telling you, Punisher's not to be messed with. We're going to pull off the victory, but that actually was kind of surprising to me. Kind of surprising. I think if Blade and Oath are not overpowered on my squad, that could have went a lot different. So, kind of impressive. Very impressive, actually. Alright, so we got our last room. Typically, we would use Cabal in here. We have a lot of offense left. Oh, let's see. I don't know. I kind of want to do something fun, but let's not. Let's not be silly. All right, let's just go ahead and use Cabal. And our old buddy Kang. Alright, there we go. It just seems crazy to me to not use Shadow King. That's it. I'm taking him out. I'm using Shadow King. I don't know. It just kind of hurts my heart to not use Shadow King in a Crucible. So, we're going to use him. Don't think we really need him, but I feel like I just don't really feel good about leaving Shadow King on the bench. So, that's what we're going to go with. Alright. Okay. Let's go ahead and use his special. Okay. Let's go ahead and get a rewind out there. Perfect. And there goes Hercules. And this should be it for Vision. Alright. Very good. Crazy efficient as always. And that will do it. And unfortunately, we're over. We're done. Oh, this just goes by too fast every single time. Alright, so we got a score of 50,196. Let's take a look at our room results. Again, we lost Blade against Vigilante. Very surprising. You take into consideration that with the exception of 3 of my Night Stalkers not being gear 20, they're all maxed out. And we've got 4 red, 3 red. I don't know. I think my Vigilante will beat Night Stalkers. I'm tempted to take them off of defense and keep them on offense in case I come across the Night Stalkers just so I can try it. Alright, so room 1 finished with a 64. Room 2, 68. Room 3 with Cabal, super efficient as always, 71. 67 with the Space Jammers. 71 with Immortal. And 55 in room 6. I feel like we played that about as good as we could, and still it was really, really close. I don't know. You take the fact that Omega and Odin were overpowered. That makes a pretty big difference in a Crucible match. If they weren't, if mine were all 10 and it wasn't overpowered, I don't know that I would have pulled that off. So something to definitely be aware of. Next time if I face this, I'm probably going to drop Echo and bring in Shadow King as well. But we'll see. It's been very rare to face an Odin in a Crucible. I think this might be only the second time this entire season that I've went up against an Odin, but if we do, probably going to swap out Echo and bring in Shadow King. But that will do it. Again, it's extremely early. We'll back out and come back in, but I doubt our opponent's attacked yet. All right. Let's check it out and see. And he has not. So, you know the drill, guys. We're going to be recording Crucible again tomorrow, so we'll find out how the results of this went together, and then of course we'll jump into round 2. I do know that one of our opponents in this, which I guess is Papa Bear, is 194, and it looks like I don't know, at 320. No, because we just had the release. So I think it's 321 in order to have Professor X. I don't think he has Professor X, but he might. Who knows? But this will be our biggest punch-up that we have attempted if we end up going up against Papa Bear. So that will be exciting. Definitely hope we get that opportunity. So that will be it for this video, guys. Like, subscribe, share this video with your friends. Come back tomorrow and see me, and be watching for that video on the Marvel Strike Force store if that's some information that you're looking for. With that, I hope you guys have an awesome Friday night, and I will talk to you guys again tomorrow. Stay positive and enjoy the game, guys. Have an awesome evening.